History of the missing jet story closer to being solved. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Finally, the Malaysian government has told the world where the missing jet is located.
It is therefore with deep sadness and regret that I must inform you that according to this new data, flight MH370 ended in the southern Indian Ocean.
That means that 239 people on board are dead, including 3 Americans. Reaction was swift. Our condolences to the families who lost loved ones aboard that airliner. Now, the search continues. More debris has been sighted in the ocean, and eventually Talking Points believes some parts of the plane will be found, but not the black box. So the reason why the plane crashed is likely to remain shrouded unless the FBI can pinpoint a motive. They're working on that right now in Quantico, Virginia. And on the journalistic front, the coverage remains scandalous. 1 week ago, I told you exactly what happened to that plane. Based upon all the information we have now, I can say that I believe the jet is at the bottom of the Indian Ocean. Now, I'm not a genius. It was obvious from the facts that the pilot or pilots took the plane off course intentionally, and it eventually crashed. Let me repeat. That was obvious from radar and satellite information. But the media misled you. It exploited the airliner story to manipulate viewership. It allowed charlatans to put forth preposterous theories, and that denigrated the entire journalism industry. That is the truth. Even as late as yesterday, the corruption continued.
We heard Bill O'Reilly this week saying that over-coverage of a story like this corrupts the news business.
That's nonsense.
It is simply incredible that the Washington Post would pay a man as foolish as that, the guy who said it's nonsense, to do anything for them. It is long past time for we the people to wise up. On some very important matters, we're simply not being told the truth by the national press. You know that. In many cases, we are being actively misled and exploited in the process. The coverage of the Malaysian jetliner was embarrassing, irresponsible, and dishonest. Anyone who will not admit that is dishonest as well. You simply cannot, as a legitimate journalist, traffic in fiction when more than 200 people's lives are in peril. Think about it. What if your husband, wife, son, or daughter were on that plane and people on national television were telling you it landed someplace? I mean, that's just cruel. Finally, you guys watch this broadcast to get the truth. I gave you the truth last week, 7 full days before the announcement today. For doing that, I got hammered by some dishonest, contemptible media people. You just saw one on that clip. They embarrass themselves, but they don't care. Now, I'm proud we got the story right as usual. We will always tell you the truth on the factor, and we will always present facts to back it up.